Go!
Welcome to our podcast.
Philosophical perspectives. I am Karen A. Albiso.
And I am Joelyn Angel S. Ruela.
And we are diving into Deontology,
Principle, and Duty. So, Deontology. I scan Google, YouTube, what is really Deontology? And for us, me and Karen has a idea about this. Already have an idea because we tackled this topic during our my reporting. So, Deontology. What is Deontology? What do you think, La? What's your understanding? Yes, and insights about this Deontology.
So for me, Deontology, it is focuses on the rightness or wrongness of an action themselves, regardless of the consequences. Think of it as a rule or duty that guide us for our moral choices.
So for me naman, Deontology focuses on the importance of following the rules, following the duty regardless of the consequences. As based on the history of Deontology, once the command or the order has been given from above are those people who is in the higher position, the chief, the king, the CEO, the bosses. In our school, those in higher position is our teacher. No, so that is the history, Deontology. Once the command are handed from above, you are obliged or you have the obligation to obey what is being commanded. So in feudal Japan, for example, they have this samurai or Bushido code, which emphasizes the loyalty to one's sword. So ikaw la, if she visited in Japan or in somewhere in Japan and they have these rules, you need to follow and obey that because the obedience is absolute and categorical. No, you need to obey that rule in order for you to have those kind of respect to their culture. So this Deontology lie, we know that it has the key figures, right? What are those?
So the key figures are universalizability, autonomy, categorical imperative,
goodwill and
duty superior to happiness.
So this goodwill is that your good intention to your co-students, to the people,
classmates.
Yes, this duty superior to happiness is like never set aside your temporary happiness. Next is the categorical imperative. Categorical imperative, your duty or your action must apply to everybody. Put it on your mind that if your action affect those people, no, before doing that thing. And universality also is kind of more connection, connection, ang categorical imperative and and universalizability. So the philosopher of this Deontology is Immanuel Kant. So in Deontology since we will tackle this, so what do you think, for them to be able to understand more, what do you think is the kind of examples of this that you can relate to Deontology?
So first example is you find wallet. Yes, you find a friend's wallet, and in your mind, you think if you will kanang kuhaon ba nimo or dili. So for me, in my perspective, so for me, kana iuli dyan ako siya because I have goodwill and I have to do the right thing.
Yes, it is your duty na ibalik because it is not yours. So pero kung ibutang nato siya sa negative thing, Lala might get that wallet and dili niya iuli in order for her to have extra money. but in deontology aspect, it is wrong. Right? So, daghan nagmahitabo. Daghan we have a lot of instances or experiences like that. So, for me naman, since I am a commuter, excuse me, I am a commuter, so I'm from Tibungco, so I take a bus in order for I take a bus for me to bus. I take a bus to go to school. So there's one experience na when I ride a bus, there's a conductor who gave me ticket, and as I saw the ticket, it nga gibuslutan niya ang 3 and 5. So it means nga my fare is 35. So the usual fare in Tibungco to Panabo is 25. So nangunta na siya kusab sa kuha ang konduktor, ni balik siya sa kuha, ma'am, pamasay ni ma'am. Sabi ko kung gikuan, ma'am, 25 man tunong kat Tibungco man. So for me, I have the knowledge and I knew that it is 35. So since nangunta naman siya 25 man to, ma'am, no? So I tando. So I know, alam ko, yes, 25 to. So I gave 25. So wala dyan sa unang-una sa conductor. So if we put it in deontology aspect, in duty is superior over happiness, it is wrong. No, it is wrong. So I am obliged, or I have the duty to tell the truth and to kanang magbayad ug sakto. I need to pay the exact amount, no, sa bus. So what I am doing is not good, and it is morally wrong. It is the wrongness of my actions. So if we base it on deontology, it is really wrong. It is dapat the thing or the right thing to do that time is to tell the truth nga ang imo pa yung gibuslutan kay 35. So I must pay 35. Dapat na sila yung mga basta kay mo to siya. Next naman, do you have any examples about the categorical imperative la kanang apply siya sa tanan nga before you do that thing kanang ihun-on sa nimo kung kanang naba kay no. So any examples about examples about the deontology?
So one of example is that when you have exam, then your friend who didn't study, so murag nagstudy ka na siya sa imo, so for you kanang murag dili ka gusto nga kanang musundog ka kay ikaw nagtagba pag-study, then so you do the right thing. So imbis nga pasundugon imong kanang friend or imong classmate, so wala nimo siya ipasundog kay you for you na kay your principle is in autonomy. You have autonomy to make your own decision. So wala di ko lang pasundog, and dibuhat na ko ang right thing.
The right thing, yes. Very good kiri ala. Very good. Pero if we put it on consequentialism, siguro Lala would allow that classmate nga mag-copy sa iya so that his or her classmate have the good grades also, because consequentialist focuses on the outcomes, or what will be the outcomes of this if you do that or if you do this. So another example is that suppose or imagine you have a friend who asks you if this dress suit her well, no? So for you see that it's not really good, mali sa imong kanang dress. So the right thing to do, you have the duty to tell the truth na there's something on your dress that it doesn't suit you, so you need to choose it, even though it might hurt her feelings, because deontology it doesn't focuses on the consequences, no? If as long as you do the right thing. So if we put it also on the hospital lab, do you experience that thing sa hospital or no? No, yes, you don't. So in the hospital, no, the doctor is obliged, or she has this duty to tell what is the or what's the illness of what's the problem of this kind of patient. So if we put it in consequentialist, the doctor might said or might lie to the patients, but the doctor will tell it to the loved ones of the patients, no? In consequentialist, in order for the patients not to kanang have the heart attack if kanang makabalo siya sa iyahang sakit. Yan ang consequentialist, which focuses on the outcomes. But when we put it on the point of view of deontology, the doctor must tell the truth to the patients, even though kanang ma-hurt ang iyang feelings, ma-shock siya, or mas kanang mag-uul ang pasyente, because that's the right thing to do. And we know that lying is wrong. So the doctor might have that autonomy might have that decision na iingon niya she will tell that truth, no? Right. So that's the example of deontology. If you put it on the real life situations, no, it promotes the right thing to do. And if in the categorical, let us do those things nga dili makapahurt sa uban. Let us also kanang think of if we did this action, unsa ang mahitabo, unsa ang consequences. Nagito examples, these statements nga don't do unto others what you don't have others to do unto you. So avoid those things nga kanang might hurt, or kanang avoid those things, or avoid those evil doings, and let those goodness and rightness reign. Right?
Yes.
So that's the context of deontology. And we know the difference between consequentialism and deontology. The consequentialism focuses on the
outcomes,
yes,
and
while the
deontology focuses on the
rightness of the action, regardless of the consequences. So that's it, guys. I hope you have learned something. You have learned insights and thoughts about the deontology principle and duties. So, do you want to tell something? So that's all, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.